So Mike Caldwell was our guest, and we're now going to get hold of, if we can, Chris Delaney, and we're going to talk to him about what's happening with the Stop HST campaign here in BC. Chris is out wandering around on his cell phone, and we were going to phone his house, but he sent a message a little bit ago saying, hey, I'm out and about, call my cell phone. So if Mitchell, who's almost got laryngitis, can get on top of that, we'll see what's going on. And we got the Fight for BC, Fight Against HST. And on the front page here, if you go to the www.fighthst.com, you will find that there's an article by David Schreck, who I always liked, a former NDP member of Parliament, or an MLA. What's interesting about this fight that's going on is that people from all different walks of life show up. We had a rally on September the 19th, and it was fun. Now we got a bunch of noise coming in on the side here. Is that coming from Chris on the cell phone? Are you there, Chris?
Hello?
Hi. There you go. You're on the air.
How are you doing, David?
I can't complain. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
You got really good sound. I don't know what we did that made the sound this good, but something happened. We got the best sound we've had of any caller or anybody since. So
that's good.
I was just giving a little plug to David Schreck, who wrote your article on the front page there, the Fight for BC, a Fight Against HST website. And I've always liked David Schreck. I thought he was a smart individual, although it's unfortunate he was always a member of the NDP. But what's interesting about this is you guys have got everybody, you've got people from all walks of life supporting this.
Well, that's right. I'm normally not a big fan of David Schreck, but he is totally right on in what he's saying now. And the article that I think you're referring to is the one where he was talking, critiquing the assessment, the study that the Liberals had done regarding the job creation aspects of the HST, which is totally bogus.
Well, he calls it Campbell's HST Illusion.
Yeah.
And that's such a good title. You weren't able to watch. We just did a hit with the fellow Mike Caldwell, who invented the Tiger Woods Mistress golf balls. Have you seen those yet?
Yeah, not familiar with that.
Oh, well, this fellow was sitting there on December 21st and decided that they needed a project. So he got the bright idea, because Tiger was having all this trouble and all these mistresses were showing up. So he decided to get a painter in North Vancouver to paint the profiles of 12 of the mistresses. There's actually 19 altogether mistresses now. But he's got 12 of them on a set of 12 golf balls, and you can order them. And they're just a classy, tacky item to own. They go well with my Bill Clinton corkscrew and my Hillary Clinton nutcracker. But let's get down to something serious. What's happening? You getting lots of volunteers, and if you're getting enough money?
The fax machine at Bill Vanderzam's place has been going steady for 24 hours. We're getting people complaining now that they're trying to send in their registrations, and they can't get through. You know, they're trying for 4 and 5 hours at a time because the fax is literally going 24/7. So that's a good sign. And we had about 2,000 volunteers online that had signed up to canvass for us, and now the next step is getting them registered with Elections BC. So we're in the process of doing that, and it's going gangbusters. And of course, the more people that talk about it and the more they know about it, the more people that want to get on board and help out. So we're very excited. Bill and I are going to be going up north on Friday into Prince George and Fort St. John, Dawson Creek, Tumbler Ridge, Chetwynd, Vanderhoof, Smithers, Terrace, and Kitimat. And we're going to hit all those towns and do a bunch of town halls and raise awareness in the north, where we haven't had as much publicity as we've had down here in the Lower Mainland. So, and again, in anticipation of the trip, we've sent out notices to people, and people are starting to sign up and get excited already in advance. So that's good.
Well, that's wonderful, because you've got yourself a campaign, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. It's very powerful. And, of course, Bill being a former premier brings a lot of credibility to the movement, and so we're excited about that. And I'll just give you a little kind of a heads up, a bit of a tip that will be going out tonight. The Funeral Directors Association, the independent funeral directors of British Columbia, have come on board now and are officially going to support the petition They've contributed financially in a substantial way, and they're going to be signing up all of their members as canvassers, and they're going to be providing the petitions at the various funeral homes throughout British Columbia. So we're very excited about that as well.
Well, and you've also got the restaurants, have you not?
Well, we've been talking to the restaurant people and the tourism people and the construction people, but up until now, none of them have agreed to sort of officially come on. They're all opposing the tax in their own way and sort of doing it on behalf of their own associations. But what the funeral directors have figured out is that the only way this is going to be stopped is if everybody unites and fights it together to stop it, because the Liberals are not going to make an exemption for any one group. So if there's going to be a chance to prevent this thing from going forward, it has to be done in a unified front. And as I said, the funeral people have figured that out. So we're hoping that the restaurant and the tourism and the construction and real estate and others will come on board as well.
Well, we got to get the accountants.
We're going to continue talks with them.
Got to get the accountants involved too as well, because the accountants are all sitting here. And I hate to say it, but it's in their vested interest. Right now, I don't have to charge PST on an accounting job, but neither does any other accountant from KPMG up and down. And to talk in terms of the monetary benefits, if you've got an accountant doing work for a company, if they've got a PST form and a GST form, there's more work for the accountants too. So,
well, that's right. And all of the professional associations will be affected as well, as you've just pointed out. The accountants, the lawyers, all the other groups, doctors, whoever it is. Well, probably not doctors, I guess. But
well, and the lawyers are already paying PST or collecting PST.
Yeah, but lawyers and accountants and others that bill for their services will now have to charge the extra 7%.
Well, lawyers are already charging it, though. They've been charging it for a long time.
Yeah.
The advantage, that's what the advantage of being an accountant is, you don't have to charge it. It's good stuff. Okay, so we've got the funeral directors in line. You're getting people burning up the airways or for burning up the fax line into Bill's fax. Have you got another line going in or something to take over or help out on that? Or
Well, yeah. They all have to go to Bill's place, and he's only got the one line. So fortunately, the very first day, I think, was the biggest one, and now it's starting to settle down a little bit, and we'll probably continue to run the thing 24/7, but I think people are able to get through now, so that's a good thing.
Okay. So you're still looking for volunteers, though?
That's right. We've got a couple thousand people are signed up now, but we want to make it at least 4,000, and then that way we'll assure success, and it'll reduce the burden for everybody. The key is to try to get as many people signed up so that everybody's only got to collect maybe 100 signatures instead of, burdening people with 200 or 300. So it's a scale issue, and the more people we can get signed up, the better. But we're in good shape in terms of the primary leadership and organizations. We've got 16 regions across the province, with 14 of them filled in with regional organizers. So those are the key leads that will organize the captains in each riding, and then the captains will organize the canvassers. So we're well on our way.
Okay. So what is there a number that they can phone to?
Yeah, well, actually, the best way to help out and to get registered is to go to the website, which is fighthst.com.
Yes.
And fighthst.com is where they can register, sign up, and then as soon as they do that, somebody will be in touch with them from their region and let them know the next process from there. So to keep it simple, the easiest way is just go to fighthst.com. There's a red tab at the top of the webpage, and it says volunteer, and you hit on that, and we'll get you registered.
Fill in the form. Okay.
Yep.
Now, the next thing I wanted to go, you really think we got a chance to get this through? Have we got any more information on whether or not Campbell has to do something with it if it goes through? Or
Well, what will happen if we're successful and we get 10% of the signatures of the registered voters in all 85 ridings, then the government has to do one of two things, and that's required by law. The first one is they can submit our bill, our draft bill, which is to repeal the HST. They can submit that to the legislature for a vote, or barring that, they can put the entire question to a public referendum province-wide. We expect that they'll deal with it at the legislative level, although Finance Minister Hansen has been asked what his response would be in the event that the petition is successful, and he said that they have no plan. So